Level Up Protocol here. So I live stream every Sunday at 1 p.m. Come join me. Let's chop it up at the live stream. A lot of these videos, the topics, I get the ideas from the people who join the live stream and we chop it up and we see what you guys want to hear and talk about. So come through, join me. Sundays at 1 p.m. So today's vlog is about life advice that no one will tell you. This is for a lot of my teenage subscribers, early 20s, even mid 20s a bit, but it's mainly for the younger people. This is a lot of things that no one is really going to tell you and no one really told me. I had to kind of figure it out on my own through trial and error. So I'm going to save you guys a lot of time and effort by giving you some keys to success. Number one, start making money as soon as possible. Get a job when you're 15, 16, start a side hustle or something, cut grass, shovel snow, but start making money as soon as possible. Don't tell yourself, oh, I'm too young, I don't need to work yet, or none of that crap. Start it as soon as possible. What this is going to do, it's going to teach you the value of $1. It's going to teach you the effort that goes into making money. Say you want a PlayStation 5, that's like $700. It's going to show you how much effort is going to have to go into owning something like that, and it'll put things in perspective. All the people I know in my life who started working very early, they're usually doing a little bit better off in life now at my age, or in the least they have a better understanding of how money works. Number two, which is similar to number one, save money as soon as possible. Now, this is very key for you younger people because the younger people out there, you have less responsibilities and less financial obligations. You don't have to pay a mortgage. You don't have a car payment. You probably don't even have to pay your cell phone bill. So all the money essentially you could be making, you don't need to pay groceries. So all the money you could be making, you could be saving and just keeping. And I know when you're young, you're going to have like FOMO. You'll want to spend your money, fear of missing out, and you don't necessarily know what you're saving up for. But I'll get into that later. The first step is just save that money. Number three, this is a rare one and a random one I know. This goes for the late teenagers, the early 20s people. Keep your driving record clean. Drive properly. You know what I mean? Don't tailgate, don't speed, don't be trying to impress people. Keep your record clean because you get a couple speeding tickets. The next thing you know, when you go to buy a car and get insurance, your insurance is sky high. So keep your driving record clean because this is going to benefit you a lot later in life. If you keep a clean record and if you keep good insurance, when you're 30, 35 and you go to get car insurance, it's going to be dirt cheap. And another part of that too is get good car insurance. Recently, I was in an accident that wasn't my fault. I was making a left and some idiot went right through a red light and literally drove straight into me. And I had terrible car insurance coverage because I was trying to save some money and thought I was beating the system some way, somehow. And I had to pay $13,000 out of pocket to get my car fixed, which is around 25% of the value of the entire car. Through that harsh lesson, I'm going to teach you guys, get good insurance coverage ASAP and keep your driving record clean. Number four, read. Audiobooks, visual reading, whatever you need to do, read books as soon as possible. There's books that I read. A lot of people ask me, oh, how do you have this mindset and how do you think the way you think? It's because I read books from when I was 13, 14 years old. I specifically remember reading 7 Habits of Highly Effective People when I was 14 years old. And that book drastically changed how I just saw life and in general, things like being proactive and making things happen versus waiting things for happen and working with others and just different things like that. So read as soon as possible. If you want a list of books, what to read if you don't know where to start, I'm talking about 14-year-olds should be starting right here. This is the list right here, okay? It's Think and Grow Rich. It's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's Way of the Superior Man. All right, you get these 3 books and read them. And you know what? Here's another one too. Proverbs in the Bible. Yeah, the Bible. I'm not a very religious person, but I got a lot of knowledge and wisdom from the Proverbs. So you read these books as soon as possible in life, or at any point you are, read them, and I guarantee you it'll leave you in a better place than where you were before you read them. It'll change your mindset, and it'll change how you see things and how you see life. Number 5. Now, this is especially true for the younger people, but build strong relationships. A lot of the people that I built strong relationships with, like the ones who are very motivated, very positive, very loyal, very reliable friends, a lot of these people are still my friends to this day, and they're still people once in a while I'll hang out with. But the friends I had that weren't too loyal or reliable, but it was just more of a fun time, they're gone now. They don't exist in my life anymore. And another thing I will say, probably something controversial that is a very hidden key that people won't tell a lot of these younger men. Don't go out there and try to bang as many women as possible. There's no profit in that. There's really no profit in that. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of sexual energy. It's a waste of your emotions. Look for a proper girl as soon as possible. In your late teens, early 20s, look for a proper girl that you can get into a long relationship with and maybe be with for the rest of your life. And I know a lot of people don't say this, and I definitely didn't follow this when I was younger. I was in a relationship when I was like 22, had a bad breakup, and was pretty much just running wild for the next 10 plus years after that. And now when I'm trying to settle down more, it's a little bit harder because I've just had so much different experiences in my life that it's very hard for me, and I'm very picky, and it's just more of an uphill battle. So I'll tell you guys that is look for a proper woman in your life. If you find a woman and she's loyal, she's considerate, you find her attractive, she does it for you, try to lock it down. You're not missing anything. I can promise you that. And in the long run, you're going to be happy and content with someone you've built a great foundation with, and you'll be winning in the long run. So I know this is a controversial topic. A lot of men say, oh, you have to go out and enjoy life. Yeah, in a sense you do, but don't make that your priority. Don't pass up on a good girl because you think you need to live more life and enjoy life and date more. It's stupid, and it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. Trust me. Now, the last one is set goals. Now, I know if you're, say, 18 years old or 17 years old, and I tell you, set a goal that you want to buy and own property, it's going to be such an outlandish goal. It's going to be like, what? Like, that's so far away from where I need to be in life, and it's not realistic right now or whatever. But listen, see yourself in the future. See yourself with the life you want to live, in the house you want to own, in the car you want to drive, with the things you want to have, and go online and look at the prices of these things. So if you're okay with a little one-room bungalow or whatever, go online and look at the price of that. If you want to live in a big house with your wife and kids, a big house with 3 garages, go online and look at the price of that. Realize the things you want in life and then actualize it and realize the steps it's going to take to get there. So say to yourself, if this is the house you want, and do the math. At 18, 19 years old, do the math. This house I want is this amount of money. I'll need this much for a down payment and this much to make a monthly payment on my mortgage. And that is going to put things in perspective in your brain. I'm telling you, it's going to make you literally, back to the goal I was saying on number 2 about save money. Now you will understand, I need to save money. I need $100,000 to put down on this house I want 5 years later in life. And don't think that this is unrealistic, because I bought my first property when I was 24 years old. I was making good money in my old lifestyle, which isn't really relevant right now, but I was making good money, and I just was spending it on stupid stuff, constantly just spending it on stupid stuff, until one of my friends said, hey man, you don't own property yet? Like, what's going on here? You don't own property yet? And that one comment he made put things in perspective for me. It made me realize, okay, listen, I need to own property. And to own property, I have to save up this amount of money. Before that, I never saved up money because I didn't have any goals. I didn't have any reason to save up money. So set goals for yourself. And don't be timid or shy about them, all right? If you guys are young, listen, the world is yours. Anything you conceive in your mind, you can achieve in reality. And this is not no mystical BS generic advice. This is real. I've done this. Everyone's done this. Everything in life that we see around us was in someone's mind first. Speakers, microphone, computer screens, cameras. Someone thought it first before they made it happen. And you guys can literally do anything. So the younger you are, the more powerful you really are. Because as people grow older and go through more, harsh times and turmoil in life, they lose this ability more and more and more. I haven't, but majority of people do. The older they get, the less dreaming they do, the less, manifestation they do. They just kind of fall into the rat race, running in the hamster cycle of life, which I don't want any of my subscribers or friends or people who know me to ever be like that. So you guys dream big, set your goals, and I guarantee you, the earlier you set these goals, the more chances you have of achieving them. Now, the last tip I'll give you guys is prioritize your health. And I'm talking about 16, 17, 18, 19, prioritize your health. When I was 18 years old, I started smoking cigarettes for absolutely no reason. I never enjoyed one cigarette I smoked. If you see me smoking them, I'd be like, hitting it with this like disgusted look on my face. I never enjoyed them. I just smoked them because everyone around me smoked them, and I don't really know why I did, to be honest. I regretted it. I smoked them for 12 years and quit, and I deeply regret it. And I just did it because I wasn't prioritizing my health. Also, for 2 years, when I was like 20, 21, 22, I ate fast food only for about 2 years. It took me about 4 years to really work that out of my system. You know what I mean? And if you guys don't prioritize your health and, your well-being, you could very easily slip into this matrix where next thing you know, you're past the point of return. 1, 2, 3 years of unhealthy living will take 2 to 3 times that to really get back on track. So prioritize your health. Eat healthy, definitely exercise as soon as possible. I've always exercised. That's the only thing that kept me from slipping out of control. And prioritize your health. It matters. So that's it for this one, guys. This is really just some life tips that people won't generally tell you until you find these things out yourself. So I'm giving you guys a major head start here. If you guys watch this and adhere to these rules and apply them, especially in your early teenage years, you will be way ahead by the time you are my age in your mid-30s. You'll be way ahead of the game. I had a lot of catching up to do, and I'm very grateful that, I had opportunities in my life where things just kind of worked out for me, which I've always, by the way, had this mindset where everything is going to work out for me. Having that mindset has made it a reality. Obviously, thoughts become things. But yeah, that's it for this one, guys. So stick with these rules. Check out my other vlogs, Sunday live stream 1 p.m. And I'm Trilla D. This is Level Up Protocol. Be your best self.